Hey, everyone. The May 2026 monthly Dickinson County School Board meeting is now in session. For the record, I would like to recognize that all our school board members are present except for Mr. Rick Mullins, who could not attend. Also present are Tanya Baker, school board clerk, Scott Mullins, school board attorney, and Miss Heidi Robinson, division superintendent. This time, will we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence? Thank you. We have an agenda for tonight's meeting. Are there any additions or revisions?
Yes, Mr. Chair. If you'll note on your agenda, item K, approval to sell surplus items. We would like to add that to the agenda, sir.
Item K, okay. Thank you. With that addition, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That brings us to the public comment. Mr. Vanover, will you please read the guidelines for our public comment?
A period of time for public comment will be designated on the meeting agenda during which the public may comment on issues related to public education. The Dickinson County School Board believes that the citizens of the county should be heard and that this is an acceptable format for receiving public comment. After the public comment section of the meeting is closed, the public shall not be allowed to participate in general board member discussions regarding agenda items. Public participation with the board members regarding agenda items can be disruptive, and the practice is prohibited by Robert's Rules of Order. It is the desire of the school board to treat each member of the public fairly and equally. Allowing one individual to participate while excluding others is unfair. The board may hold such public hearings as may be necessary to allow the public to more fully express their concerns, or the board may place the public comment section of any meeting at the end of the meeting to allow additional public comments. While we do not wish to restrict the free expression of opinion, we feel that certain restrictions may be necessary so that order and reasonable standards of decorum may be maintained. We ask that the following standards be adhered to. The speaker will be recognized by the chair. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes. Speakers will refrain from the use of vulgarity or profanity and will avoid negative or embarrassing comments directed towards specific children or students. Board members should not respond to issues presented by speakers unless clarification is necessary, and matters of concern raised under public comment will be referred to the proper official for investigation and future board consideration if necessary.
Thank you, Mr. Vanover. And Ms. Martin, could you please be our timekeeper? The board would now like to recognize Ms. Lenore Jones.
I told Miss Martin one of these days, you need to let Phyllis go first. I always feel like that I barely get in here and sit down and I ain't caught my breath. But it's a good thing I don't have
So
much to
noted.
say because I will not go over that 5 minutes. She don't even have to turn it on. But glad to be here tonight. Happy to see this thing. I can't see you, but it's okay. You can't see me either. That's looking good. Good to see that. And again, lots of good things going on, and we're real proud of Dickinson County and all things going on. We had a great graduation and wonderful group of kids. We miss Kendra tonight. I was hoping she'd be here one last time. But anyway, it's been a good year. And aside from VPE, I want to say I was glad to see all of you all at graduation. It means a lot to the kids to see you there to support them. Thank you.
Thank you. Board would now like to recognize Ms. Phyllis Mullins with DA.
I
don't have much. I just want to say that it's been a really good year, and I'm so proud of our kids and their accomplishments, all the sports and the academics and things. And this, I am so, I've heard so much about it, and I'm really glad to see it, and it is awesome. And I just want to thank you all for everything you do, and hopefully you'll have a wonderful summer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hackney, Mr. Hackney, our student board member came after graduation, may I add, okay?
I have to just say that, if I would have been betting, I would have said, you don't come because you're done with everything. But we're so glad to have you one more time.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else for public comment? That brings us to our next agenda item. The consent agenda, which includes the approval of minutes, approval of monthly invoices, revenue and expenditure summary, discussion of school activity funds, approval of field trips, approval of new elementary school construction invoices, the approval of construction bank reconciliation document, and Dixon County Public Schools health statement account. Any questions or discussion regarding the consent agenda? Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda approved. Brings us to the next agenda item, which is information for the school board. Ms. Robinson.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, board. Just information regarding conferences on June the 5th, July the 23rd, and also November 18th through the 20th. That is the VSBA annual conference, and I hope that you will consider going to that conference. I understand that it's an excellent conference. Again, if you're interested in attending these conferences, please just contact Tanya Baker, and she will be more than happy to make reservations and do all the itinerary for you. Thank you, Mr. Hackney.
Thank you. That brings us to our favorite part. Ms. Robinson, could you please give us good news from our school?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And I'm so excited. I had to remind some of our staff members to please be here today, but we are so delighted to be able to recognize the accomplishments of our students, but also our staff that have worked with them. And at this time, I'd like to ask Miranda White, who is the creative writing facilitator and our first place winner ever. State winner, may I ask, Antoinette White. Antoinette, will you come to the front, please, with Miss White? As I was trying to say, she is our first ever Ridgeview High School winner. So we are thrilled. We are thrilled. Miss White, and Miss White, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here. Good evening. Sorry. Okay. I'm Miranda White, just in case you don't know, with the English department at Ridgeview High School, and also now advisor for PAC Productions, which is our media and journalism team, and the debate team, which is getting up and running soon. I'll try to be short with this, but since this is a new program for me and for you all and the school system in general, I thought I would explain a little bit more about what this is, first of all. In the activities section for VHSL, there are multiple activities, scholastics, which we know is very successful here. There's a creative writing category. There's a film festival category. There's media journalism, digital, in-print, broadcast, multiple different areas. So to encompass all of that, instead of trying to name myself as advisor for each of those, We just kind of collectively pulled them all together under the Pack Productions media team. So that's what we're going by. This is our first year. So this year really laying the groundwork and the foundations for everything. I was focused on getting the equipment that we needed, learning the basics, beginning to network with people from other school systems so that I could learn, and focusing on my creative writing students, which is where Miss Antoinette comes in. 6 of my PAC production members participated in the VHSL Creative Writing Contest this spring. They represented our organization and Ridgeview High School, along with Dickinson County, with creativity, dedication, and excellence. I'm beyond proud of their talent and hard work. Ridgeview High School earned 6th place overall, and this is particularly impressive because this competition does not compete in districts or regions, but is completely statewide. So Antoinette won out of every single high school entry in the entire state. Excuse me. Kinley Stevens and Jackson McFall, who are not here, it was awards day and they all have summer fever, so they scattered. But they submitted entries in the poetry category. Kinley submitted a poem titled This Town, and comments from judges included that the poem created a vivid sense of place through strong auditory imagery. Jackson's poem, The Legend of Furious Feather, was ranked as excellent, and comments noted that the poem presents a clear and engaging narrative while drawing on a myth-like structure to tell a story of restoration. In the creative nonfiction category, juniors Benjamin Stanley and Jaden Sykes submitted essays. Jaden's essay, Where I Come From, was said to be a highly relatable story, where honesty and vulnerability, which are essential ingredients of good creative nonfiction, was shown to readers. Benjamin Stanley, author of When My Mindset Changed, was praised for sharing his reflections and the insight he offered to those similar to him. In the short story category, Marcus Wallace submitted his fictional piece, New York's Best. The judge noted that they appreciated the film noir-esque details and that the story has good bones that lends itself to high-octane action. Who also submitted an entry in the short story category. She is now a state champion in our inaugural year. The short story that she submitted was titled Door, or is titled Door. Excuse me. Comments on her work included noting that it is a spectacular story filled with curiosity and humanity. And she chose to write the short story in second-person point of view perspective, which, if you know anything about creative writing at all, that is extremely difficult to do, and to do well at that. However, the judge said she pulled it off with poise and composure. Quoted from the judge, to build this world and this curiosity and pull off the difficult landing in only 4 pages of story is an extraordinary feat of creativity. I have included copies of all of their works, which I had to actually turn several students away, so I'm excited about their enthusiasm for competing in this. That's not all, of course, that we're focused on. Looking forward, PAC Productions, we hope to expand next year. We're going to begin publishing a quarterly literary magazine titled Embers to Ink, and I brought you some samples of that. It's a prototype. It's not set in stone yet, but if you all would want to look at that, and feel free to share your opinions on it if you don't like it at all. We're going to participate in Film Festival. I have a student who's already got a team together for production, script writing, acting, makeup, costume design, etc. And I want to thank you all for believing in not only me, but the students here in Dickinson County by approving this for us to move forward with this last August. I know it was short notice when you all did that, but we're very appreciative. We thank you for all that you do and support for our kids. We look forward to growing and encouraging each other. Thank you all again for your support, for everything that you do, and for having us here today to recognize PAC Productions and its members.
Antoinette and Ms. White, thank you so much for this. We will enjoy reading this and sharing this. It's been wonderful. Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you.
I know Antoinette's mother is here with us, and I know she's very proud, so if you like to stand, just wave at us there. But it's wonderful having both of you here, and congratulations. And I know, Ms. White, we were just talking before the meeting, I know you have taught here in Dixon County and other counties, and is this your first state winner
Um,
in writing?
well, in this category. Yes.
Okay, wonderful, fantastic. Well, Antoinette, congratulations, you have made history. So we're very proud of you. Yeah, yeah, yes. Thank you. That is fantastic. Thank you for both being here with us. Next is the solar cart competition, and we have several students here, and I like for them to come along with their advisors. Come on, come on. Along with their advisors, Scott Anderson, Ben Kennedy, who and Mr. Anderson will share more with you about Mr. Kennedy, our welding teacher's job. Devin Edwards, I don't see Mr. Edwards, but Mr. Edwards and his carpentry class helped with this. Evan McCowan, who was the advisor to the advisors. Is that your role, Ms.? You were the encourager. Wade Rose, don't see him, and Principal Chris Owens, who made a Saturday morning trip to Morristown, Tennessee in the morning before the competition because there was a part that was needed. Is that correct, Chris? Yeah. Okay. Mr. Anderson or Mr. Owens, if you'd like to introduce this group, Mr. Anderson, if you'd like to introduce yourself to our board, please tell us about this beautiful machine that's sitting there in front of us.
Yeah, my name is Scott Anderson. I teach auto technology here at Ridgeview High School. And I've got Tam Boggs, Dominic
And Terry
Moore.
Smith. Mr. Smith, he was also included. Come on down, Mr. Smith. Just didn't read far enough. Mr. Anderson, I'm sorry. Go
So
ahead.
this Tam Boggs, he got an award for the Hustle Award, for the Race Day Hustle Award, and putting the thing together. Tam was our most valuable player. Dominic Moore. We got Jonathan Hassinger over here. He's one of our welders that done a lot of welding on the cart. Of course, Evan McCowan and Mr. Owens and Terry Smith over here.
And Mr. Rose just came in.
And
You can't hide, Wade. You
Come on-
can't hide,
come on,
Wade.
Mr. Rose.
and Wade Rose. He's our electronic guru. So this project started early in the year, at least the thought, and a lot of research and development was done. But the bulk of the construction and putting the thing together happened in probably six weeks prior to the event. So a lot of work done by the students. And Terry over here, again, I think I introduced you, but he was very resourceful in this project with some material and know-how, such as Mr. Owens and Evan was too, and Wade over here. But we spent about 6 weeks, and again, after all the research and development that was done, and we started out with a cart and pretty much just disassembled it, cut probably 3/4 of it away, and what you see there is basically a fabrication from that. We did a lot of suspension and steering work to it, steering geometry, and kind of got all that figured out. The drivetrain, and of course the electronics and things that go along with it. Wade and Mr. Owens and some of them, they kind of put their noggins together. And we had a robotics student. He's not here tonight, but Leland Compton helped us out a lot. He kind of rescued us in the end. But, it's a sophisticated little machine. It doesn't look like it, but there's a lot of I guess you might call it's a STEM project, you know, a lot of science, technology, math, and all that stuff. So we're proud of it. We had some problems in the end. We got it ready to test about a week before the race, and we first took it out to make sure it would turn and stop and steer and nothing fall off of it. But we planned a big test session for Friday before the race, and it's got a motor controller on it that we can communicate with and make changes and record and stuff. So you have to hardwire it, you have to plug it in. So we had a laptop strapped to it, and we did our two-hour run. And I think the last time we went out, Nate we're watching it, and we all looked at each other and said, was that a piece of rubber? Was that a piece of the card? It was our laptop. So we lost all of our data. So we went over there blindfolded. I mean, blind to what we had to work with. And as you mentioned earlier, to make things worse, that Friday we took it back and parked it and decided to look one last time at the battery percentages and flipped the switch, and we let the smoke out of the solar controller box, and it wouldn't work. So it was actually after prom, I think. He was here about 4 a.m. And Sunday morning he went to Morristown and came back, and we worked on it till about 7 that night and got it ready. But I can't say enough for the students, the hard work they put in, all the staff. Rolly back here, he was a big encouragement. He was there for electrical advice and towed the cart over there, and couldn't have done it without them. Couldn't have done it with any of these guys, without any of them. So my hat's off to them. Job well done. We made the race, and I think we were the class of the field. We actually won the race, but we didn't. So we're gonna take it back to them next year. You guys want to say anything?
Now, who was the driver? I know that
Mr. Owens.
Mr. Owens, if you'd like to.
Tommy drove. I don't know what else I can say besides, these guys are responsible for all this, right? Like, they took in, if you look at, and they'll show, is Ryan going to show the slideshow?
We hadn't showed it yet.
Oh.
So, yeah, we had it.
Like, they took basically the only part that's left is just the part where you sit in, right? They cut all the rest of it off. They built the custom suspension, right? The battery box all custom. All that stuff's custom. It's just impressive to see what they could pull off in a short amount of time. And I'll tell this story because I thought Mr. Anderson was going to tell it, but the guy that founded the race was there talking to Tam, and he was, looking at the car, and he's like, well, why'd you do this instead of that, and why'd you do this instead of that, and Tam was answering his question, being nice and answering his questions, and the guy's like, well, you must think you got a chance to win, right? And Tam's like, well, we didn't come here to lose. And that guy off he went, right? Like off he left. So it was fun. I told Mr. Robinson, I was like, I've been doing robotics for years, and I really enjoy that. That day, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to work with these guys. A lot of fun to work with the kids. It was a good time, and we'll be back next year. Right? We'll take it back over, and it won't be this cart, right? I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of changes. We learned a lot, did some math, right? Like it'll be fun. You guys are like, they let us go down on the pit. Like we were all on pit row. Like they had the pits open. You come in there and hang out. It was a lot of fun. Like next year we'll take us something to cook us some food and stuff. So
It's amazing.
Very cool.
they had a really good time.
The "we didn't come here to lose" comment sounds like something that the advisor to the advisors would have come to.
Yeah, it was a really good time, and like they'll show you the PowerPoint. You can see like where it started, and then this is what we wound up with. I'm impressed, and I didn't have much to do with it other than showing up right at the end. Like a good administrator, show up right at the end when all the work's done, take most of the credit. Like I'm good at that, so it was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys letting me be involved in it.
And there was another driver also, correct?
Yeah, Nate drove and Leland drove.
All right. And the welding student, how did you contribute to all this? I'd like to.
Come on.
Well, I just did my magic. I also had a partner who helped me on it. He's not here today, but me and him work on it. almost every day just to help him out with it. But we just did our magic and just did what we could, really.
That's an impressive collaboration. Yeah.
When I might have mentioned Leland. We were kind of in a pinch there, who's also one of the drivers. We got to the wiring part of it, and needed some help. And I went over and asked Mr. Tiller if we could maybe ask one of the students if they'd be interested in coming over and getting on this project. And Leland come over and just kind of took over. He did an outstanding job. Earnest thought in driving the thing with Nate and Don. They all done an outstanding job.
I saw your guys' results. I went on YouTube. I was like, I want to see, if I can see any of the footage or anything. Didn't find anything, but I did find where they did a news story there for 9 years ago, when I guess that was the inaugural one. So the fact that y'all go up there year one and win but don't win, do second, we didn't come there to lose kind of attitude. But for those other teams to be doing it for nearly a decade, you guys show up year one. You need to be pretty proud of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are. We're very proud. I think I hate to steal the quote, but we went in for the first time with about 6 weeks of preparation and rattled the page. At Victor Lane, they, we went up, they top three went, we celebrated, and we got our pictures and everything, sat down, and the winning team's up there. We applauded them, good sportsmanship, but the advisors, I think, was more interested in taking pictures than what we had. So they can make it look like it, but I don't think they can duplicate it.
I'm going to quote someone in this group who said that he didn't realize what sore losers Dickson County was from the top down, and I guess that was me. I'm not sure, but said he never realized that until this race. So, but no, we're so proud. We're so proud.
I think we're just sore winners, right?
What was that you said in Victor Lane over there?
I don't know, right? Like,
Yeah.
I told the old boy there, he said, he got up and gave a speech, and, it's 9 years in a row that they'd won or whatever. Of course, we was all leaving. And I just went over to thank him for inviting us.
We were invited, by the way.
Yeah. I thank you for inviting us. It's been really good for our kids, but it wasn't going to be number 10. Right? Like, next year wouldn't be 10. So, we had a lot of fun. So they could play, like, Ryan play the video.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Right.
Thank you all for the.
Thank you
opportunity
very, very much.
to do this.
Great
Well,
job.
congratulations.
Great job. Thank you. And thank you for being here tonight. Mr. Hackney, on my defense, I was a sore loser because I didn't think we lost, okay? After having the fastest lap, correct, Mr. Owens? Having battery left at the end of the race, just a discrepancy about the number of laps that we ran, I didn't think we had lost, so. Just wanted to clarify that. Thank you very, very much for coming. It was wonderful.
Yes, I was under the understanding that we should have been the winner.
That's
right?
correct. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Does that conclude our good news?
We have one I don't see. Let me make sure I have everyone here. Do we have any of our parents from our students here? We'd like to recognize them. Okay. We also have the girls tennis team district and regional winner, correct, Mr. Owens? And our girls doubles team won yesterday, so they're going to the state. I think they are in competition. Okay, they're in competition, I think, today. And then track, we had a significant track meet here last Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Mr. Owens is with his team. Carly Sykes won the 100 and 200 meter dashes. These are Mountain 7 champions. Braxton Deal won the 300 meter hurdles. Justin Hill won the 110 meter hurdle, and Landon Yates won the triple jump. So we've had a busy sporting extracurricular spring activity. So congratulations to all of our participants and our winners and the students that get out there every afternoon and are in different sports in the afternoon, and for the coaches that work with them. Just a huge thanks and appreciation to everyone for that. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Martin, and we always have her to come and follow something she can't follow. So, Ms. Martin.
Always. It never fails. But I'll tell my story about this race. Dennis found on earthcam.com or some, so we watched the end of the race. And of course we couldn't zoom in. So we weren't quite sure what we were watching. So everybody was in my office, and Ms. Robinson was over my shoulder. And so she gets Terry on the phone. And so Terry's giving us play-by-play. We're on the back stretch. We're going around the curve. We're going around. So we think we won. She's jumping up and down, squealing like a little teenage girl at a football game. She's we won. I'm hunting for the buttons on my hearing aids because I'm deaf at this point. So at this point, we think we won, and so it was an exciting time in our office. It's a good thing no one came in because they would have thought the central office had lost our minds. But we did get to watch the end of it. We just weren't sure where we were without Terry Smith giving us play-by-play. So we did get to see it. It was exciting. Tonight I bring attendance and enrollment for April. As always in your package, you have the monthly attendance and enrollment, the monthly percentages for the past 5 years comparison, entry and withdrawals, the absence intervention team summary notes. There's your monthly picture, and then there's the comparison for chronic absenteeism for the past 3 months. For April of 2026, we show we had 1,622 students enrolled in K through 12. We had 62 students in pre-K in the postgraduate program and 17 students in the 3-year-old program. That's a total of 1,701 students, and that's the exact same total that we had for March. So we equaled out, we balanced out for the month to equal the same as we had last month. For our monthly attendance percentage, Ridgeview Elementary School had the highest with 90.89% for the month, with Ridgeview Middle School at 90.65%, overall for the month, we finished as a district at 89.79%. Chronic absenteeism, I did include the breakdown for you there for the last 3 years. You see we've improved in a couple of schools, dropped in one school. I do want to note for you again, this is raw data. It doesn't have any student that was homebound, any student that was not with us at least 51% of the school year. Those students have not been taken out of this data. And any after the bail students who get credit or tutoring, any of that, those have not been taken out either. So again, that's raw data. So we're hopefully by next board meeting, we'll be able to give you the actual chronic numbers. We do have to wait on the report from VDOE. So we're sort of dependent on when that report comes out on when they do issue that. But hopefully by next month, we'll be able to give you those accurate numbers. Any questions on enrollment, attendance, or chronic absenteeism?
Any questions for Ms. Martin?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that brings us to our next agenda item, which is the update on the proposed fiscal year 27 budget. Ms. Edwards?
Good evening, everyone. Provide you a brief update on our FY27 budget for DCPS. The General Assembly has not yet approved its budget for FY27. Therefore, we don't have any final budget figures from the state yet. We have been informed by the County Administrator, Mr. Barton, that the Board of Supervisors has proposed to appropriate Dickson County Public Schools $5,587,602. This includes our required local match plus $250,000 additional that we requested originally to help support salary increases for our staff. And while this projected amount is $150,000 less than what we requested, we are very appreciative of the Board of Supervisors for their support and for these additional funds. And we hope to have more information in June for you and in the coming weeks on any budget amendments that we need to make once the state finalizes their budget. And we'll keep you all updated as that progresses. Does anybody have any questions on the FY27 budget?
Any questions for Ms. Edwards?
Yep.
It's an unusual
It is.
cycle.
Yep.
Yeah. But we appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Next is approval of the DCPS policy, UBO, retirement incentive for employees. Ms. Robinson?
Thank you, sir. This is the policy that our employees, we provide for our employees in their retirement. There are no changes on DCPS policy GBO. As you read the regulations, it is the same policy that we proposed last year, and we are recommending approval of this policy again. Just as you recall, this policy is approved yearly based on budget and needs of the school division, and we are presenting the same policy again for your consideration and approval.
Any questions for Ms. Robinson on the retirement incentive policy? Do we have a motion to approve the DCPS policy, approval of retirement incentive for employees as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Retirement incentive policy is approved. Now Our next agenda item is approval of a DCPS participation in USDA Rural Utility Services Distance Learning Telemedicine Grant. Mr. Wallace.
Thank you, board members. I'll take a few minutes to provide an overview of the opportunity we're pursuing through the USDA Rural Utility Service Distance Learning and Telemedicine, or DLT grant, and to request your approval to move forward. The DLT grant is a federal program designed to support rural school divisions by expanding access to high-quality educational opportunities through technology. The focus of the grant is on equipping schools with the tools needed to deliver and enhance distance learning. This includes items such as interactive video conferencing systems, classroom instructional technology, and emerging tools like virtual reality systems that can support things like virtual field trips and also immersive learning experiences. The grant focuses on instructional equipment that enhances teaching and learning, especially teleconferencing systems that enable real-time interactive instruction beyond our classrooms. This technology helps us overcome geographic limitations, bridge the distance learning gap, and provide students with access to expanded courses, resources, and experiences. Last year, our division participated in this grant as an informal partner along Pulaski County and Radford City schools. That experience gave us valuable insight on how the grant works and how it can be impactful for our students and staff. This year, we are taking a more active role. We are proposing to serve as a formal lead for the grant, which means we will be responsible for the submission process as well as the financial management of this project. To strengthen our applications, we've been working with a consulting group that specializes in this particular grant. Through that process, we've identified Scott County Schools as a strong partner for this project. Mrs. Robinson has spoken directly with the Scott County Superintendent, and they have agreed to join us as a partner in this effort. This calibration not only strengthens our application, but also allows us to expand the reach of and the impact of the project across multiple school divisions. At this time, I'm requesting board approval for our division to move forward as a formal and financial lead on this grant application. This approval will allow us to continue working with our partners, finalize an equipment plan, and complete the submission process. We believe this is a strong opportunity to bring additional instructional resources into our classrooms at the fraction of the normal cost, while expanding opportunities for our students and staff. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have on this grant.
Any questions for Mr. Wallace?
Mr. Wallace, how much money did we receive with the last grant that we
It was
participated?
over $400,000 worth of equipment at a 15% match.
How long ago was that?
That was the last school year. It was during the summer when we got and that was mainly at the high school and middle school, and it was classroom bundles, which included like a ViewSonic viewboard, interactive whiteboard, a camera, a new laptop, and monitors, I think, as well. This year, our grant, we're kind of going to expand on that a little bit. We're looking at some VR systems for our libraries. We're looking at a mobile, they call it the Lou unit we have at the elementary. We're looking at a mobile one for the middle school.
Yeah.
And a big teleconferencing board for the high school.
What was the projected award again for this?
The amount the USDA has released for this grant this year is $850,000. So the agreement between us and Scott County will be we are 50% partners. So we will take 50% of the match cost, and they will as well.
Very good. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the DCPS participation in USDA Rural Utility Services as presented?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the approval to sell surplus items. Ms. Roberts.
Thank you, sir. In your packet, you'll see a list of 15 buses that we are asking approval to sell. The buses range from 2000, year 2000, to I believe 2007. Of course, these buses are not being used on the road now at all. And in looking at ways to be more efficient, we looked at ways of selling the buses as surplus and not for our community. So we're just asking the approval to sell these surplus items. Mr. Mooney and Miss Edwards, Lacey Edwards, will do the bidding process and so on that way. But it's a little bit of cleanup, spring cleanup, I guess you might say. But people are interested in the buses, and we thought that this would be a good time to go ahead and have them as surplus.
How many were there?
15, sir. If you'll look at your last packet there are 15 buses listed, if I counted correctly, Mr. Vanna. Yes, sir.
Need to look at my packet, brother.
No, that's this was just added today, so we apologize for that, but we felt we needed to get it in before the June meeting.
Any questions for Mr. Robinson or comments on the surplus items? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the sale of surplus items as listed in the packet?
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. Any further discussions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is approved. That brings us to board comments. Mr. Hicks, if you'd like to start us off.
Sure. We'd just like to say congratulations to all of our grads and a big thank you to you guys who organized and put that together. It's a wonderful, wonderful ceremony. Congratulations to our creative writing group, our academic teams, band, chorus, all of our sports folks. You know, the solar project. He mentioned it being a great STEM project of just the collaboration of interest and different interests that our students have and their talents. And, you know, we do so much of that with even with agriculture and horticulture and everything, band and music and all that. You know, I think we're feeding the interest and the talents of our students, which is a great thing. And just want to thank everybody for just having such a great year of school, to all of our faculty and staff and administrators. You know, just thank you for what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. And then I would like to just say thank you for the Board of Supervisors for all their support and their investment in our school system.
That was very good. I apologize for not being at the graduation. We had a beloved family member in critical condition in the hospital in Bristol, and my wife and I and other folks managed to stay right up the night and day over 7 days, maybe 8 days, and the person was on the day shift and didn't usually leave until close to 11 or 12, so I wasn't able to be here, and I regret that. I was certainly the person I've missed, and I certainly congratulate all the graduates and the faculty and everyone else in the school division that helps these students to progress to the point where they have successfully met the requirements for graduation. It's quite an honor, quite a moment in the life of a student at Ridgeview High School to meet that moment in a very good way. I asked Ms. Robinson to do some numbers for me about extracurricular participation in the events, all the other events that went on with all the various academic and athletic and all other activities. And that number, I think, out of 1,600 plus students, came to about 728, I believe. That number is quite significant. It shows the interest of our students, the parents, and those sponsors, and those people that volunteer so much. To have that many folks involved is just simply a plus and a certain good mark to show the belief our community has in this school division and for these people that make it all work. It's a big task. Having 1,600 and with the other groups are not counted in that number is they count in other ways in our hearts, and they get instruction, and you know, the pre-K through 3 and all those others, they're as important as anybody else. And to have them in this magnificent facility with every technology they have access to, with all the good teachers and administrators, and cooks and bus drivers and aides and anyone else I might leave out, I certainly don't mean to leave anybody out. I know all of them through my years, 34 years in this school division, and with the 6 years I've been on the board, I don't think we could have had a better place or had better people to be here than we have now. And I expect it to get better every year that we're here. Our students have set a high mark, and it needs to be kept in mind that that mark each year is not easy to come by. But I have every faith that our folks will do the right thing and make that happen. I'm certainly proud of all of you, and I commend you for what you do.
Thank you, Mr. Rasnick. Say it's been a very good year. I feel like that of the years I've been on the board, this has been one of our best. So I thank my fellow board members for that. I thank Ms. Robinson, Mr. Mullins, Ms. Baker, and everyone. And thanks for all of our staff for all that they do. Can't reiterate that enough. And congrats to all the graduates. I commend a job well done on the graduation. Mr. Owens, you did a fantastic job. It went great. Ms. Vitito, our valedictorian, gave us a great speech. We had a very good night, and that was very enjoyable. Very glad to hear tonight that the creative writing team was so successful. Very excited to hear that, and especially the young lady that was here that was the winner of a state championship, which is it's just phenomenal. I think they said she wrote it from the second person, so I'm kind of excited to. I want to read it. It may be above my reading level, but I'll try it. The Auto Tech group. Wow, that was fascinating. I'm so happy that we were able to get involved in that project. I don't know what I had pictured in my mind before we did it, but I know the first time that I saw the car, and I saw it on TikTok, I think the day after it happened, and the thing that struck me, I think I just didn't realize we would be going that fast. That was pretty cool. I said, they're moving. I was thinking about Ricky Bobby when I saw that. I was like, he wants to go fast. And they did, so that was impressive. Congratulations to the tennis and track winners. Sounds like we had very good seasons in both of those sports and all the spring sports. And I'll just say, I hope everybody's looking forward to a great summer. So we had a good year, and I hope we have a great summer. Van Over.
Well, I hate going last because I always just sound like I'm on repeat. But, the track and field, the tennis, the solar go-kart, based on some of the cast of characters involved, I'm going to guess that I would like to have been a fly on the wall from start to finish with this project. So that's impressive. Antoinette White, our state winner in the creative writing, and, that's also impressive. I would like to know, like Mr. Racknick mentioned, all the extracurricular activities we have up here. We get our fair share of trophies and championships, and that speaks well of our students and our staff and our teachers and everybody involved. And
Mr. Owens going the extra mile there to make sure we finish up graduation good or whatever he finished up that night and then had to go get the part. That just speaks well of everybody we got involved with these projects and that are a part of our kids' lives every day. That's impressive. I would like to say thank you to Miss Vita Toper being our second student board member and valedictorian. And the fact that she came in tonight when she didn't have to, I think speaks well of her character and, probably a good example of why she was chosen to be on the board. So wish you well in the future and, hope you do well with everything that you try to undertake in life, and I'm sure you will. And I'll finish up with talking about graduation, and I think Mr. Hackney's already hinted on it about how smoothly everything runs. And is this year 13? What year is this up here? 12, 13, 11? I'm getting ahead of myself.
13th, our 13th year in August. Beginning our 13th year in August. So it's our 12th year.
Okay. How many ever we've had, from Mr. Compton's tenure now to Mr. Owens, graduation just seems to go flawless, and that's not a small undertaking. Getting that set up and ready, and Miss Jones, I know she's involved in it, and the fact that we have that many seniors and that many parents show up, and it seems to just go off every year without a hitch is pretty special. And I'll finish up by saying the young lady that was added to the agenda at I don't know if it was at the last second or whenever, but she spoke about her relocation here, I guess her sophomore year, and I thought that was very sincere, very heartfelt, and well worded, and I'm glad that she was allowed to be added to the agenda for graduation. I thought it added a special touch to it, and I think it speaks well, once again, of our schools.
So we'll let one of our alumni wrap us up here.
First of all, I just want to thank everyone for allowing me to be a student school board member. I think that this has been one of the most amazing opportunities, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I'll miss it. But I want to thank everyone who had a role in graduation. I think that it was absolutely perfect, and it perfectly wrapped up what an amazing year we've had. Thank you to all the faculty and staff and everyone who has played a role in this year. And truly, you don't realize as a student how much goes into making a school year until you become a student school board member and you realize that it's a lot more complicated than you think it is. And I just want to thank everyone who's played a role in that. And I think it's amazing that this go-kart right here is literally incredible. And the creative writing, I am so excited to read her essay. And I actually competed in a creative writing competition one time, and they're a lot harder than they look. To sit down and be able to write something that has such deep meaning, it's a lot more difficult than you think it is. And I just think that it's amazing that she was the first place winner in the state. But lastly, I just want to thank everyone who has welcomed me this year as a student school board member and played a role in my senior year, and just can't wait to go on and do great things in life. Thank you all.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
All right. At this time, we will go into closed session pursuant to Section 2.2-3711, Paragraph A of the Code of Virginia. There will be a closed session for the purpose of employment issues relating to discussion or consideration of specific individuals for employment as PK through 6 teacher, coaches, FMLA, substitute, retirement, and resignations pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711. And to consult with legal counsel regarding the investment of public funds associated with school construction and consultation regarding actual or probable litigation, along with consultation regarding specific matters requiring legal advice pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-71, A, 6, 7, and 8 of the Code of Virginia. Do we have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Motion and second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? We're now in closed session. there a motion to come out of closed session?
So move.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We're now out of closed session. Ms. Robinson, could you please read the certification?
Yes, sir. Whereas the Dickinson County School Board has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by this school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Dickinson County School Board hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, 1, only the public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed, and 2, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered. Would you please certify?
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
Do we have any motions coming out of closed session?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that the board approve employee recommendations as presented.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any other business to discuss? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?